morning, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick video to show everybody my situation this morning. I have a delivery at this tire warehouse. As you can see, it's located off the frontage road on the side of I-40 in Pottsville, Arkansas. And as you can see, all the traffic on I-40 right here in Pottsville, Arkansas. That's I-40 right there. And just in the foreground before those trees is the frontage road right next to the highway. It's about a mile down from the exit. But there's the entrance I had to come into last night, and I'm docked right there. Here's the problem though. The problem isn't this area. I came in last night and I parked right there. I parked about 10 feet away from the dumpsters in the grass. And I didn't know there's some docks on the other side of the building, and there's about 4 docks here. There's 3 trailers on the other side of me. I didn't know whether they were going to want me to dock it here or on the other side of the building. So I parked it there, and I said, if I have to go to the other side of the building, I'll just do a turnaround here. Well, if anybody can see what the problem might be doing a turnaround, there's one definite problem: so much mud getting stuck. The other maybe problem is there might not be enough room to do a turnaround, because it is kind of tight, right? So whenever he told me he wanted me right here, I'm like, oh shit! Since I was parked like 10 feet off the grass in the dumpster, I backed up over there by where that Dodge is, and I turned to the right, and I got right next to the grass in the dumpster. I think you can see my tire tracks. I went right next to the concrete slab. I put the steer tires right there, and I came down, and I came right down by where my truck is at right now. And I went. It was big enough. It was just big enough to do a turnaround. My steer tires probably came within about a foot of that grass line over there. I was just worried about getting stuck. Well, I didn't get stuck. I managed to drive it forward over there to the right of where that Dodge is. And because he wanted me docked right there, if you can see what I'm dealing with right there, that bad boy right there. And as you can see, that right there is actually my trailer tandem tire tracks going in there. See how I had to snake that thing in there? So I put myself right, because of all this shit right here. I didn't want to get stuck. I didn't want my steer tires to slide off into the mud. I put myself right next to that Dodge. That Dodge wasn't there. I was basically to the right of that Dodge, because if you can see right in front of that Dodge, the land slopes up, and I didn't want to be tilted to the side. So I had the cab of the truck was out there behind the Dodge by the grass, and my trailer was right there where the Dodge is, just to the right of it though, because of that, and because I don't have that big of an area out there, and I didn't want to get close to that slide off into the grass. I backed up right there. And actually, since that's my trailer tire tandem tracks, there's my tandem tracks coming back, and it's a really good, because the tire tracks are so easy to see. It's good. It's easy to show you how high that's the driver's side tandem tracks right there. See how close I had to get that thing, just because of him right there, that little concrete slab sticking out. Had to snake him in right around the clock. I got within less than a foot of that boy, only because the trailer's on the other side of me. I didn't want to hit that, but not only did I not want to hit that, I didn't want to have to keep on getting out and looking. So whenever I got to that point right there, the back of my trailer was still about 2 feet away from that curb right there. At that point, I did get out one time, and I walked up there to the sidewalk, and I walked up on the sidewalk to the back of the trailer to see what kind of space I was dealing with. I was still about 3 feet away from that trailer. So I knew with about 3 feet of clearance on the other side that as long as I put the tires as close as that curb as I could, I was gonna miss everything on the other side. So that's my driver's side trailer tandem tracks going right there, right within a foot of that curb. And I had to do about 3 or 4 quick pull-ups and backups to adjust myself and get the trailer straight. But just because of that curb right there, that's what you got to do. Just slide your tandems all the way back, because you don't want your truck to end up way out there and your steer tires getting stuck in the mud. And the whole reason I was making sure that my tandems hugged that curb as close as I could was because of this. That trailer right there. I didn't know how much clearance there was going to be. So when I saw that I still had about 3 feet of clearance, I knew I was going to be okay. That's why I had to put the tandem tires so within a foot of that. I could have gotten closer if I really wanted to, just to play around a little bit. But that close, I was good enough. I mean, you could see it yourself. That the tracks came came less than a foot away from that curb sticking out. That was good enough. I was actually not trying to get that close, but the adjustments I was making, I wasn't making big enough adjustments. I could have gone out another foot or two, but I wasn't doing it because I was closer than I wanted to be, but I knew I wasn't going to hit it because it was getting closer than I wanted to, but I was still fine. I knew I was going to miss the trailer on the other side. But this is their parking lot, just wide enough to do a U-turn, but all this mud is my main concern. Still pulling out of here is my main concern. I'm not as heavy as I was. He took off half the product, but still I don't want to slide off the dirt into the grass out there and get my steer tire stuck, and I don't want my drive tires to get stuck out here. So just pulling out of the dock and pulling out here is going to be another challenge, because if I can get out here, I'm still going to move up there and park on the side, because I still have about another hour before I can leave. So I just want to show you guys how hairy this got. Why? Because of all the mud out here and not a lot of room out here, not a lot of dry ground out here if all this was dry, I wouldn't have had a problem. But that was my nemesis right there, that little freaking curb. And he said everybody has problems with that, but he said I'm actually the first one that moved my tandems all the way back, and I hit the dock within 5 minutes. He said everybody else takes 30 to 45 minutes because they keep their tandems all the way forward, which means you have about 10 feet of trailer clearance. The 10 feet of trailer clearance hanging off behind the tandems, even when you have another trailer on the side of you like that. He said, yeah, you're the first person to move your tandems back. I'm like, because of that and because of the trailer on the other side, and there's not a lot of room out here. So before I even started backing up, I already knew I was going to do that to make it easier to make that turn. And that's why I told him. I said, yeah. I said, he even told me, I was shocked that he told me this, because not a lot of people tell you this. He said you can tell the difference between the drivers that know what they're doing and the drivers that either don't know what they're doing or don't plan ahead. Because he said, you're the first one to move your tandems back like that. I'm like, well, not only was I planning ahead for that slab right there sticking out, but it all comes down to knowing what you're doing, and I know what I'm doing. I mean, I could have kept the tandems all the way forward, which was what they were when I arrived. But why do that? Make it so hard on yourself. If I would have had the tandems all the way forward, I probably still would have been trying to back in there because of that and the trailer on the other side. But knowing the situation, I put my tandems all the way back, and I hit the dock within 5 minutes because I knew what I was doing. And he goes, yeah, not a lot of people do. You're the first one to move your tandems back. So I just wanted to bring you this, guys, and that way you can take a little bit of experience with this. Okay, well, when situations are tight, that's what I got to do. So everybody be safe.